So referring to the same question, the D aspect of the question, the examiner asks us to prepare the income statement, and I, we should use absorption costing, and II, we should use marginal costing. So using the same question that we have here, let's see how the income statement will be prepared. Now I've set out the pro forma here. So under my absorption costing, we bring our sales with less cost of sales. But in the marginal costing, we bring our sales and less marginal cost. That's one of the differences you must get off the bat. And so let's see how we crunch the numbers. So sales. To get our sales, we are told that the company sold 17,000 units. So 17,000 units times the selling price per unit, 30 Ghana cedis. What do we have? 17,000 times 30. 210,000. That same thing is that 510,000. That same figure will be here. So I'm just going to put it here because it's the same thing. Then we come to less cost of sales and absorption costing. The first thing usually that comes is the opening stock. Just that in this question there is none. So I'm just going to put dash there. So there is no opening stock. Then we start with the cost items. Under absorption costing, remember, what we are interested in is gross profit. So gross profit is equal to your sales minus cost of sales. That's the first thing we are interested in, gross profit. Then in order for us to get the net profit, it is going to be your gross profit minus operating expenses. So that's the idea for the absorption costing. So how do we get our cost of sales? Opening stock, nil, because there is none in the question. But there is direct material. Be careful here. The cost items are going to be based on the units produced. So, material cost. Our material cost is 5 Ghana cedis per unit. How many units did we produce? 20,000. So 5 by 20,000. I think that should give us 100,000. Labor cost. That is also 5 by 20,000. And that's still 100,000. Then variable manufacturing overheads. Variable manufacturing overheads. That is how much? $2 or 2 Ghana by 20,000 still. And that will give us 40,000. Then, okay, let me do a professional presentation. Let me soup up this place. Sorry. Give me prime cost here. So we add factory overheads. And under that there are two things, variable, which is 2 times 20,000. That's 40,000. And then fixed. Yeah, fixed. Fixed overheads. This is fixed manufacturing overheads, alright? Fixed manufacturing overheads. That's given as 160,000. So add all up, and that will give us the production cost or cost of production. That should be 300,000. Am I right? 300,000. No. 400. 400,000. Now be careful here. Once we are at cost of production, we less closing stock. The closing stock, we have to do a workings for that. So I'm going to be doing my workings here. Closing stock, it's going to be unsold units divided by units produced times cost of production. Okay? Unsold unit divided by units produced times cost of production. So what is the unsold units? We produced 20,000 and sold 17,000. So what is the unsold units? 3,000 divided by units produced 20,000 times the cost of production 400,000 Ghana cedis. Can I have an answer? $60,000. So that's our closing stock. We left it there and subtract it. The figure we get is called the cost of sales. And that will be, is it 340? So that is your cost of sales. So you now subtract the cost of sales from your sales revenue, and that gives you the gross profit thereafter.
When we were working, why did we work the variable but we didn't add the selling to it?
That is a non-production overhead. If you are looking
even the one that before the fixed cost,
variable,
the selling price that we got receipts.
where? Here? No, that is an operating expenses. You see, it's not part of cost of producing the product. At this point, you are bringing only the factory. That's why we said add factory overheads. This is non-factory overheads. Selling and administration is a non-factory overhead. Until November, after your gross profit. So what do I have? 510, 170,000. So once you have this, you can now less the non-production ones, overheads. So you less non-production.
Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't teach manufacturing accounts.
Or manufacturing, trading, profit and loss accounts. Okay.
I didn't see that.
No.
Because that guy's so many manufacturing.
No, I'm betting we are saying. I'm not saying you're manufacturing, but what you just said was making sense. And then now I'm taking it that way. Because first I know so you are just speaking, but what you just said, no. If I put it that, okay, selling and distribution is not like
part of the production of
production where and the cabinet, if not the coming.
You see, the thing we all know. Because technically, everybody used to say production cost, production cost.
Or factory cost.
Okay, that's all come manufacturing cost. I don't know, so yeah.
It's just terminologies. Production cost, factory cost, production overheads, factory overheads, non-production overheads. So here I'm using the word non-production overheads because selling expenses and selling and admin are non-production overheads. They are not part of the production. So we go. Selling expenses.
I mean, the school they be I think I make up from wood. So the person is saying near Marcia. I think I make up 30, I share A, B, C, D, or I'm telling you. And I say about I have to do this kind of thing because I just when movie, like as we are moving along, not so now, I will laugh.
Okay.
Now you don't need it. Do you?
Selling expenses. Now, how many units did we sell? Because selling expenses is based on units sold. You got to be careful here. So you're going to be using what? 17,000.
Not the 3,000.
No, the 3,000 is closing stock. The 20,000 is the units produced. So the 17,000 is what you sold. So when we say selling expenses, it is based on the unit what? Sold. So it's going to be 3 by 17,000. What you got? 3.
Yeah, then send us 7,000. 51.
So 51,000. And then selling and admin. I'm just squeezing this here. That's 80,000. Give me total. 131,000. Subtract it, and that gives us the net profit. That gives us the net profits. How much? 39. Now my space is exhausted here, okay? So I'm just going to put it above here. So 39,000. So that is your net profit. That's all. So that is how you prepare the income statement and the absorption costing. There is only one thing that is not in this question. It's called over or under absorption of overheads. After gross profit, one of the things that must dawn on you is that must dawn. That must dawn on you in preparation of the absorption costing is over or under absorption. This is the meaning of that. The fixed manufacturing overheads, it will be absorbed by the company. Maybe it will be absorbed using units produced or something like that. So let me just give you the idea. There is no question in this one to solve, but let me just give you the idea. If your budgeted units is more than your actual units, it means that overhead has been over-absorbed. Did you do this? Yes. If your budgeted unit is less than the actual unit, it means overhead has been under-absorbed. I hope you did this. So that is the idea about under and over absorption of overheads in relation to that. So assuming we were told in the question that fixed cost is absorbed using the units produced, they would have given us budgeted units and the actual units, and we would have used that to determine whether overhead is over absorbed or under absorbed. When the overhead is over absorbed, you add it back to your gross profit. And when the overhead is under absorbed, you subtract it from your gross profit. So that is the treatment for these things there. So you can put it down, and then let's look at it. Marginal costing.
The selling expenses.
Yeah.
It's 17,000 times 30.
No, 3.